Now that you know all about how to use Photoshop to create a mock-up, how to use typography, and all the other things you've learned so far in order to start a web design project, it's time to start learning some of the basics of working with grids in your designs. Grids enable you to build some structure and form into your web designs. Much like when we looked at typography and aesthetics, we can create the same feelings through using a grid structure. Just as with coding, there are recommended ways to organize modules and sections of code. Using a grid system can help organize content the same way when designing for the web. Grids aren't just useful for us as designers or developers. They're good for the user too. All through this course, I've emphasized the importance of creating a good user experience through your designs. Having a solid grid system to use in your designs will allow you to do just that by creating consistency and familiarity in your design. Using a grid system, though, doesn't mean that your designs need to become boring or boxy either. Just like it has been said with responsive web design, the responsibility is up to you to create a design that is unique and has something different to it. And a grid system should be seen as something that will enable you to do just that, rather than restrict you. The activities you will need for successful completion of this module are as follows. First, you will click on the overview link and find an article all about grid systems. I highly recommend you read this carefully. It tells you about grids and why we should be using grids. It's a very good article. After you finish reading that, then you're going to do a tutorial. So when you click on this link, you're going to get to a set of tutorials here. The tutorials are listed here. You can see we're going to start out with tutorial number 4, and then you're going to go and do through tutorial 33. So we're just going to do the Photoshop part of the tutorials here. There's also a coding part where you actually create the website in Dreamweaver. We're not going to do that this week. It's going to take you a very long time to complete that, so we're not going to do that. The tutorial is going to require you to download a template from the 960 grid system, which is a website that I have a link to on the instructions for the assignment in Google Classroom. So there's a link right here. Download the 960 grid system template files. So when you click on that, you get to this page here, and you click on the big old download button, and it's going to give you a zip file that when you open it has a lot of files in it that look like this. So you want to open the templates file, you want to go to Photoshop, and you're going to open this 960 grid 12 column. That's what you're going to start out with when you do the tutorial. And from there, you're going to create your layout on this grid system here. And that's the whole point of the whole tutorial. So the other thing about the tutorials is they have a set of files that you're supposed to be using. We're not going to use their files. Rather, you're going to download some files from the internet, or you can create your own files, use your own files, take your own pictures. They're showing you how to import some AI files, some Illustrator files or vector graphics. I found a link for you, freepik.com, that has vector graphics that you can download for free. So you can get logos and other types of things that they use in the tutorials here for free. You don't have to pay for them, and you can use these Illustrator files to follow what they did in the tutorial itself. So once you complete the tutorial, I want you to save the completed file as grid.jpg, then attach that file and turn it in. And that's all I got for this module. If you have any questions, email myself or the tutor immediately, and have a great week.